Hello friends, welcome to Unacademy GATE MEPIXC. This is your educator Aprup Rao and you are watching Concepts in Minutes, and today we are going to discuss about all you need to know about friction. Yes, in this video we are going to talk about the concept of friction, how friction forces are exactly developed and what are the basic principles behind friction that we are going to discuss. So this is a new lecture series which I have recently started, Concepts in Minutes, and in every video I am going to explain a particular concepts which will be very important for you in order to solve problems in exam, and also they will be beneficial for all the people preparing for any type of interview. बेटा ये वीडियोस आपके एग्जाम के लिए भी काम आएंगे, एग्जाम के क्वेश्चंस सॉल्व करने के भी काम आएंगे और ये इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस को आंसर करने के लिए भी काम आएंगे. सो बेटा these are very conceptual concepts, conceptual topics. Friction. Okay, now let me introduce myself quickly first. My name is Aprup Rao, All India rank 320 in GATE Mechanical, MTech from IIT Kharagpur, and my specialization was design. I have 2+ years of experience working in the field of design of cars at Mahindra and Mahindra, and I have 6+ years of experience teaching for GATE and DSC, and I basically deal with subjects of design, strength of materials, machine design, engineering mechanics, and theory of machines. Now let's talk about friction. So beta, first of all, what exactly is friction? In a very common and basic language, whenever a surface tries to move compared to related to another surface, जब भी कोई एक surface दूसरे surface के relative move करने की कोशिश करता है, then there is a force opposing this motion which is known as a friction force. Okay, for example, let's consider these two bodies. Okay, let's consider that there is a block, blue color block, which is resting on a gray color surface, and we are trying to move this block by applying a force P. Now let's consider a particular part of the surface of this block and surface. ठीक है, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इस पर्टिकुलर पार्ट को अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप देख रहे हैं. ओके, वी आर लुकिंग एट दिस सरफेस अंडर द माइक्रोस्कोप. सो बेटा if you see this like this, then beta you will assume that these surfaces are plane, but under the microscope you will see that these surfaces are not exactly plane. The surfaces are like this. Under the microscope, you will see surface roughness of these surfaces. Now, these are known as asperities. ये जो उभार और ये चढ़ाव जो देखने को आपको मिल रहा है, इसको हम बोलते हैं asperities. So, बेटा, the asperities of two surfaces gets locked with each other. ये दो asperities जो हैं, ब्लू कलर के सरफेस की एस्पिरिटी और ग्रे कलर के सरफेस की एस्पिरिटीज, ये एक दूसरे के साथ कुछ पॉइंट्स पे कॉन्टैक्ट्स पे आती हैं. ओके, सो व्हेन यू ट्राई टू मूव दिस ब्लू कलर सरफेस, लेट्स से यू आर अप्लाइंग अ फोर्स टुवर्ड्स द राइट साइड, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? देयर विल बी सम फोर्स एक्टिंग एट दीज पॉइंट्स. कुछ फोर्सेस डेवलप होंगे, सम रिएक्शन, राइट? अंडरस्टैंड बेटा, these asperities are locked like this. Okay, now try to move this part, try to move this part. So what is going to happen? This part will try to constrain the motion of this part, right? ये जो part है, ये इस part को move होने से रोकेगा. Why? Because the asperities are locked with each other, they are in contact with each other. Now beta, if I draw the free body diagram of this blue part, will I see forces like this? Yes, I am trying to apply a force towards right side. There will be some reactions like this, right, on every point. Okay, and these reactions will be at some angles. So if you resolve these reactions, you are going to get a normal force and a tangential force, right? If I resolve these reactions, I am going to get some normal forces and some tangential forces, right? These tangential components of these reactions are the friction forces. Understand beta, if I resolve this R1, I am going to get a component N1 which will be normal to the surface, and I am going to get a component F1 which will be tangential to the surface. This component, this tangential component F1 is the friction force. So do you understand exactly how friction forces are developed? When you see these surfaces under the microscope, you will see these asperities, surface roughnesses. These surface roughnesses, asperities, get locked with each other, and when you try to move any surface, there will be reaction forces developed like this. And if you resolve these reaction forces, you are going to get a normal component and a tangential component. These tangential components are friction forces. Now beta, for example, I am considering only 6 points, but practically you cannot find friction forces at particular points. You have to find these forces over the entire surface. So what I am going to do, I am not going to consider N1, N2, N3, N4, N5, N6 separately. I will consider one single normal force and I will consider one single friction force. So what we are going to do, we are going to add all these normal forces. I will assume there is only one single normal force. I will assume there is only one single friction force. Here, in order to explain you, I considered these different points, but practically it is not possible. Practically, you have to consider one single force, one normal force and one friction force, right? So beta, this one normal force and one friction force will be acting where? So understand, this is a very important point which I am going to explain, okay? Usually what people think is that the normal force will be acting at the centroid of the body, but it is not true. Understand this page beta. Let's say there is a box which is resting over a surface, okay? And right now we are not trying to move this box. The box is just resting on the surface. अभी box जो है वो सिर्फ surface पे rest कर रहा है. इसको हम move करने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहे हैं, okay? So if you see, the reaction between the box and the surface will be uniformly distributed like this. Understand? I am drawing the free body diagram of the blue box. So from this point to this point, the normal reaction will be uniformly distributed like this, okay? So when you consider one single normal force, the normal force will be acting on the centroid, okay? अगर ये uniformly distributed है, so when I will consider one single force, it will be passing through the centroid like this, center of gravity or centroid, whatever you want to say. Now, in the second example, I will try to move the body towards the right side. In the second example, I will try to move the body towards the right side. So what is going to happen? Understand beta. Understand exactly what is going to happen. In the second example, if I try to move the body towards the right side, then a normal reaction between these two surfaces will not be uniformly distributed. Now the normal reaction will be more on the right side and less on the left side. Understand it very well. Normal reaction in this second case, when I am trying to move the body, will not be uniformly distributed. In this case, it is uniformly distributed, but here it is not uniformly distributed. Right side, it is more, left side, it is less, okay? So the normal reaction now will not pass through the center of gravity. It will be at some distance from center of gravity. अब ये कुछ distance पे रहेगा, अब ये कुछ distance पे act करेगा. Understand, it will be at some distance. Let's say this distance is x. The free body diagram will be like this, okay? ये कुछ x distance पे आ जाएगा, ये कुछ x distance पे आ जाएगा. Is it clear? So beta, this point is very important to understand, okay? So beta, this is how normal force and friction force will be acting. I am applying a force P on the right side, friction force is acting on the left side, and the normal reaction is not passing exactly through the center of gravity. It is shifted towards the right side. If I try to move this block towards the left side, अगर मैं इसको left side move करने की कोशिश करूंगा, then the normal force will be shifted on the left side. It will be acting somewhere like this, okay? So this is very important to understand, okay? Now another very important point beta. Let's say I am drawing a graph between the force P and the friction force, okay? This is the force P that I am trying to apply on the box. Okay, I am trying to move the box, so I am applying a force P, and this is the friction force F. Okay, now what is going to happen? Understand. Initially, let's say I am applying a very small force. Okay, let's say I am applying a very small force. Let's say 0.1 Newton. I am applying a very small force, 0.1 Newton. So what will be the friction force, beta? Understand. If I am applying a very small force, will the body move? No, the body will not move. Means the body is static. And if the body is static, then P and F must be equal. Then only the body is static, right? Initially, I am applying a very small force. The body is not moving. Means P and F must be equal. So P and F are equal. I am applying 0.1 Newton and F is also 0.1 Newton. P and F are equal. Now I am applying 0.5 Newton. So F will also be 0.5 Newton. Now I am applying 1 Newton. F is also 1 Newton. So I am increasing the force P. F is also increasing. Both are equal and opposite. Body is not moving. Now beta, there comes a point when the friction force will become maximum. This is the maximum friction force. ये क्या है बेटा? मैक्सिमम फ्रिक्शन फोर्स. तो बेटा फोर्स P को बढ़ाते बढ़ाते, फ्रिक्शन फोर्स को बढ़ाते बढ़ाते, we have reached a point when the friction force is now maximum. At this point, the body is on the verge of moving. Verge of moving matlab the body is now just about to move. Even if you apply slightly more force, the body will now move. So what is going to happen? Understand. From here to here, whatever force I am applying, friction force is also equal. I am applying 0.1, friction force 0.1. I am applying 0.5, friction force 0.5. I am applying 1 Newton, friction force 1 Newton. So I am increasing P, friction force is also increasing. Both are equal and opposite, no motion. But beta, now I have reached maximum friction force. Now if I increase my force P, friction force is not going to increase. P is increased, friction force is now increased. So now P and F are not equal. P is more, F is less. So the body will start moving. So beta, from here to here, the body is static, and after this, the body will start moving. So beta, when the body will start moving, the friction force will suddenly drop and then it will become constant. Now you might be seeing these two values, mu S and mu K. What is mu S? Understand beta. What is mu S? Mu S is known as static coefficient of friction, and mu K is known as kinetic coefficient of friction. Mu K is less than mu S. तो बेटा mu S जो है वो coefficient of friction है when the body is static, and mu K is coefficient of friction when the body is moving, kinetic coefficient of friction. So from here to here, whatever force you will apply, friction force will be equal. At this point, friction force will be maximum. What is maximum friction force? Mu S into N. And after this, friction force will suddenly drop and then it will become constant. This is mu K into N. So beta, mu S into N is maximum friction force. Okay. If P is less than or equal to mu S into N, body remains static. अगर P जो है mu S into N से कम या उससे ज्यादा है, body remains static. If P is greater than mu S into N, body starts moving. Okay. If P is equal to mu S into N, body is on the verge of moving. This is the maximum friction force. So जब P mu S into N के बराबर होता है तो body just move करने वाली होती है. Okay. So beta, I hope this graph is clear. Now beta, when we are drawing this graph, we are making three particular assumptions. These are very important assumptions to understand. These are known as laws of dry friction. Understand these assumptions. The first assumption is static friction force is directly proportional to the applied load. जो static friction force होता है, यानी कि this mu s into n, which is static friction, is directly proportional to the applied load. आप जितना load लगाओगे, understand बेटा, whatever load you are applying, the force is also equal. Okay, friction force is also equal. So static friction force is proportional to the applied load. This is the first assumption. Second assumption, friction force is independent of area of contact. Okay, friction force की equation में do you see any term related to the area? So we are assuming friction force is independent of area. Actually, friction force depends upon area. The more will be the area, the more will be the friction. But here our assumption is friction does not depend upon area. And the third assumption is kinetic friction force is independent of velocity. Understand beta? When the body is moving, we assume that friction force becomes constant, mu k into n. But practically it is not possible. In case of motion, if the velocity increases, the friction force also increases. But here I am assuming that if the body is moving, friction force will remain constant, mu k into n. So these are the three assumptions which are known as laws of dry friction. What do we mean by dry friction? There is no lubrication here. यहाँ कोई lubrication use नहीं है. Okay. So these are all the basic knowledge you need to know about friction. If you want to study friction in detail, you can watch my lecture of engineering mechanics. You just need to open this one link, tinyurl.com/approved10, and you will find all my video lectures completely free of cost. You will also find notes of that lecture. Okay, ये बस एक link खोल लो, any web browser, type this link, enter, and you will open this page where you are going to find all my lectures completely free of cost and notes of those lectures. You can also follow this particular Telegram channel. This is my personal Telegram channel. Follow this channel and you will never miss my class. मेरी सारी classes की notification और link advance में मिल जाएंगी. Just follow this channel, Approved 10. Okay. And beta, if you want to join Unacademy Plus, then don't forget to use this code Approved 10. आप ये कोड यूज करके Unacademy Plus पे सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकते हो. You are going to get 10% off and you are also going to get my guidance and my mentorship. Use this code and study under my guidance. What will you get on Unacademy Plus? बेटा अगर आपको सिर्फ लेक्चर चाहिए, आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा YouTube पे. बट बेटा लेक्चर से भी ज्यादा चीजें चाहिए. अगर आपको क्लासरूम लाइक एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, क्लासरूम में पढ़ रहे हो टाइप का एनवायरनमेंट चाहिए, टेक Unacademy Plus. आपको मिलेंगी ऑन टाइम क्लासेस, डेली असाइनमेंट्स, वीकली क्विजेस, ऑनलाइन टेस्ट सीरीज, क्वेश्चन बैंक, आपको मिलेगा डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन, आपको मिलेगा टॉप एजुकेटर्स का पर्सनल गाइडेंस, आपको मिलेंगे हर क्लास के बाद उसके नोट्स. तो बेटा अगर आपको सीरियस प्रिपरेशन करनी है, देन टेक Unacademy Plus सब्सक्रिप्शन यूजिंग द कोड Approved10, गेट 10% ऑफ एंड स्टार्ट योर प्रिपरेशन अंडर माय गाइडेंस. ओके. अब बेटा अगले वीडियोस में मैं और नए कॉन्सेप्ट्स लेके आऊंगा. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि मैं कोई नए कॉन्सेप्ट पे वीडियो बनाऊं, देन बेटा राइट इट इन द कमेंट्स ऑन विच टॉपिक यू वांट माय वीडियोस. राइट इट इन द कमेंट्स एंड आई विल मेक वीडियोस ऑन दैट. ओके. सो बेटा प्लीज डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द लाइक बटन, शेयर द लिंक and subscribe to this channel in order to get awesome content. I will see you next in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care. Thank you so much for joining.